maximum people can see and listen. Okay. So it is our third session, I think. Yes. So we will have maybe two sessions. I will try to finish within two sessions. Like maybe we will have another session on this Sunday. I will inform you in the group because in these days I'm very busy with my own work because it's ending of year and we have to do a lot of things to finish about our projects and about our annual reports. So now today first we will discuss about the introduction part of a research. So what is the introduction of a research paper? It is the basic introduction of your research, uh, what we have done in this work or this study or this research. So it sets the context and importance of the topic. It tell about what is being discussed in this paper and what the authors have done. It's the first purpose of research introduction is this. So the next is it summarize existing knowledge. It because in the summary of the introduction, like it is not a detailed thing. It maximum it is on 3 or 4 paragraphs. So they in 2 or 1 paragraph we usually discuss about the current work that is going on. And the third thing, it identifies the research gaps, research questions, the problems that we are facing, and why we are conducting this research to resolve what. So that tells about the gaps, that what are the gaps that we are facing in this research, in our research. So wait a moment, there are still some students who are requesting to join. Okay. So limitations of study and some other things. I will explain it later, and I will also show the introduction of my published research paper uh, to clarify each and every step we will learn here. Uh, so just listen carefully. It also states the purpose of the study, why we did this study. Because the research question and the research gap and the research problem is the main thing that lead us to do this work. So this work, in the last paragraph, we tell the readers in the last paragraph of introduction that this study, we discuss like that. This study discuss this thing like in biology or cell imaging or catalysis in chemistry and physics. Like if we are working on batteries or electrodes and some other things, then we can let this study tells about the batteries and what the problems we are facing in batteries and what the problem we are facing in the cell imaging and some other things. It presents the research question or hypothesis. It is the same as the research gap, mm, that what we are facing, the problems and the other things related to this. It explains the significance of the study. Yeah. Mhm. The study we did in the research, and we are writing about that. The introduction usually tell about that. We are what we are or why our work is significant or why we need to make this research to carry out this research. Wait a moment, I'm just connecting the power to my laptop because its battery is running short. Just wait a moment. Yeah, moving to the next slide. How to write the introduction. These are the basic things that lead us to write the introduction. First of all, we will see that what is the purpose of writing the introduction. It introduces the research problem. It tells about the research problem, the background and the context of study, why we are doing this study and what the progress has been done on this study and why it is important. And also, it leads the readers to the purpose of this study, to the objective of this study, why we did this study, and the background of study. The second part, brief overview of research area, the key concept and the definition. It clears the key concept about the research and it summarizes the relevant previous studies and also tell the current gaps and limitations as we discussed before. The problems and gaps, it consists of what is the problem, what are the gaps, and what things that are required to be modified or improved or developed in this research. Objective and significance. And we have already discussed this. What is the structure of introduction of a research paper? The introduction is the introduction of research is uh, a structure of an introduction is ideally the ideal introduction is typically containing 3 to 5 paragraphs, but usually we use 3 to 4 paragraphs because 5 paragraphs are too long, and some journals it required the 5 paragraph, but mostly the good journals, the high rank journals of Q1 category, they need 3 to 4 maximum, but 3 to 4 are the ideal. The first paragraph is based on uh, broad background of the study and the topics overview. That if I am as I am working on the green energy production, solar to the other solar to green fuel products, I know that I have to explain that what is the background, why I am doing this study, the review of key literatures, the second part, paragraph 2. It usually contains the review of the literature, like what the work has been published on your topic. And the third paragraph is about the research gap and problem statement. And the fourth paragraph usually consists of the brief introduction of your own work. And the other the tense, what kind of tense we should use in the introduction. The present tense should be used to affect and general knowledge. Like if we are starting the introduction, we will use the present tense as usually I use that the current climate or the current use highly high use of yeah, or extreme use of fossil fuels is causing the environmental issues, so we are using is. So the past tense is used to explain the previous studies and method. The present perfect tense used on ongoing work or the work that is relevant to past research and currently ongoing. And It it should be clear, concise, avoid long chains. Should not containing the long chains of sentence. Logically, logical flow with linking words like however, therefore, moreover. This should be used to link the sentence together. So for the next, I will share the my research papers introduction with you for a brief exposure of the introduction writing. Just wait a moment, I'm sharing the screen. First, I need to stop this. Okay. And here is published paper, PCB. still some if some students are joining at this moment, what they can learn, I don't know. The students are non-serious about the things. Can you guys see this screen I have shared just now? Okay, 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 okay. Okay. So let's move to the introduction part. Like this is the study background in this paragraph. With the increasing global energy crisis and the unsustainable depletion of fossil fuels, pursuing alternative energy has become imperative for fostering. This is the reason, the key problem that we are going to discuss and why we conduct this research. This is the problem, and this is the solution. Within this pursuit, photocatalytic hydrogen evolution emerge as the transformative technology that can address the dual challenges in depleting fossil fuels reserve and environmental degradation. And then we are discussing about this research about this topic, or this kind of research, that the research topic photocatalytic hydrogen evolution, that the its method, or what on which principle it works, and what kind of materials are used as photocatalysts are being used. And then we discuss about uh, their progress and their initial introduction, that about that field, that what is the purpose and how they work, and what is the main things that are used, that are most important in the photocatalytic reaction, like band gap, light absorptivity, and some other important things. And what are the problem, like pronounced recombination of photogenerated electron and holes. So in this paper I have only three paragraphs, because it is a high-ranked journal paper. I have published it in Applied Catalysis B, which have 21.1 impact factor. So that's why we keep it very short in the introduction part. So first, because our research paper, as I have told you, that it is based on the polyoxymetallate and semiconductor-based um, materials. So first, I have introduced about the POMs, polyoxymetallate, that have been reported. It is the current progress, and the work already has been done or the published. I have mentioned that clearly in that these graphs, like that, such as these. Among the poem play a pivotal role, like this. I have discussed about the already published papers about the topic related to the polyoxymetallate. So then I discussed about the semiconductor photocatalysts suffer from limitations. Here, these are the poems, and here I have discussed about the semiconductors limitations, and down. Here I have discussed the limitations about, because I have introduced the poems here, that the history of poems and their introduction. And for the semiconductors, I have discussed above that these are the semiconductors. So we have discussed there. And then at the same time, the water reduction over poems. These are the limitations of polyoxymetalates. That in the first paragraph we have to discuss about the introduction of our topic, and its significance, its history, and what is the purpose and the question. In the second paragraph, for a good journal, we usually need to discuss about the previous published data on the topic relevant to that work. From the good journals, not like the low category journals. We use, let me show you my references part, that what I have uh, uh, referenced in my introduction, that you can see that nature, chemical society reviews, these are the high impact factor and high IF and high ranked journals. Science advances like Unwanted Chemi Chemistry International Edition and some other like Science Advances and Science Advances. These all are ACS Catalysis. These all are the good journal. If you are taking the reference from a good journal, it will lead you to publish a good paper. Um, Published in a good paper and a highly ranked journal. Just wait a moment. Okay, so these things has been cleared up to here. Like usually we try to cite highly ranked journals like Energy Fuels, Nature Catalysis, ACS Applied Material Interfaces, Wanted. I hope you have understand that what is the meaning of telling you to cite the high rank journals. So we will move to the last paragraph in this. We have tell that here in composite catalyst that we are telling the brief introduction. We are telling them a brief introduction of our topic of our research that we have done in this paper. We have tell about the main our main catalyst we have used. Kindly mute your mic. This strategy in this we have briefly discussed about our methodology, and here we discussed about the work of our catalyst, and then we have tell its significance, that why we did this and why it is important. This innovative strategy synergistically enhance the photocatalyst stability. It developed a new path in the catalyst field to make them stable and improve their catalytic activity. The composite photocatalyst hold promising implications for advancing the field and offering the sustainable and effective means to drive the photocatalytic hydrogen evolution. I haven't write about the in the slides about the methodology part, so I will just uh, let you guys know from here that how we can write the methodology, because this is a scientific and experimental based in the lab experimental based paper. So I have write about the synthesis methods, and I have also uh, the one important thing in the introduction part in the last paragraph, that we are telling about our own research should not contain any reference, any citation, and any previous literatures uh, relevance or any it means that we do not have to cite any paper here in the introduction in the last paragraph. For the methodology, this is a scientific methodology for scientific paper. If you are art student, like from the social sciences, from the business, from the commerce, from some other like literature, English or Urdu or some other language, then you write, if you are working on environmental sciences, like you are studying, or geographic sciences, like you are doing research on a specific area, then we have to write about the study area also in the methodology. And if you are working in social sciences, we are doing a social survey about our work. We will tell about the area or the workplace or the place from where we are getting the reviews of public to conduct this survey, and that all things that we have done, the methods or the ways we have followed, or we have developed to carry out this research. We have to write all that. So in for this, I have started from the synthesis, because this is high rank journal. So in the high rank journal, we don't tell about the materials in the main text. So I have write the materials section in the materials and equipment section in the sporting information file, that what kind of material I have used, like to make the manganese cadmium sulfide. I used these materials. So these material I have mentioned in detail in the sporting information, that from where I have bought, and for the XRD and for the FTIR, for the other characterization like SEM, TEM, some other characterization methods I have also told about, told them in the sporting information file, uh, to make the maximum space for research work in the main text. So I have discussed about this synthesis method. First, I have discussed about the semiconductor, and then I referenced that I have followed this method to make this component. Then I have discussed about the synthesis of polyoxometalate, the second part. This is also taken the reference from some journals that already have published about this. And then this is my own work that I have done to combine these three with this one. So I have discussed about this. So mostly the methodology part discuss this, and the final thing that uh, how we get the result. I also discussed that, that the what conditions I used, the conditions that we are using for our research. We have also mentioned in the methodology part, and the methods through which we calculated the results, that should also be discussed in the introduction part. And after that, we will go to results and discussion. And this session is gonna ending in 10 minutes. So if it is finished, then because it's free Zoom, then free Zoom is only used, can be used for 40 minutes. And if it is finished and ended, then you can join again from the same link. Uh, so we'll continue about this. Today we are for our today's lecture. We had to discuss about the introduction and methodology, and I have briefly introduced about these things. And the main part, the heart of part of the research paper, is the results and discussions. So results and discussions and the conclusions will be our last two sessions will be on this. And it is the main and important thing that we have to learn, and how to write it, how to explain it. And because results are the words that you give your research, your results to tell others, because results, the graphs, the figures don't speak by themselves. We have to give them words that deliver your knowledge to others, that give your overview and your knowledge to the readers, your findings, your novelty, and what you have done. You need to have some words that explain it, and then it deliver to others. So kindly mute your mic, otherwise I will remove you from the meeting. So that's all for today's lecture, and maybe we will have the next lecture on the Sunday evening. So if you guys have any questions, you can ask me in the comment section, or you can ask in the mic, on the mic. If you guys have any questions, you can ask in the comments, or you can open the mic to ask. We still have 7 minutes to finish this session. I think there is no questions.
Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Walaikum salam.
Sir, can you describe discussion part? Can we describe that in triple C manner, like compare, criticize, and conclude in discussion part?
Research and discussion part.
Yes, sir. Please.
No, for the for the review article you need to compare, but for research writing in the yes we can compare, but we cannot write it in the explanation or in the discussion part that by citing the other literature. Yes, you can make a table of comparison with the other published literatures, but you cannot make a part like a separate heading then about that the compare. No, I think you should discuss, because in my field we only discuss our own results, and at the end we make a table that is a comparison table, and we just mention in one line in the main text that as we compared our results with the other published article, and we found that our results are extraordinary than related published articles. Only these lines, and we mentioned that that is discussed in the table one or table two, or the table number that we have uh, mentioned on our paper.
All right, sir. What is the difference between criticize and compare in discussion part?
In the discussion part we cannot for the you are telling me about the review paper. You are the discussion of review paper. In the review paper we criticize and we compare, but in the research paper I never see that someone criticizes his own work.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much.
So Aksa Ali has asked the question that how do you draw these scientific diagrams? Aksa, what kind of diagrams? That the schematic diagrams or the other diagrams that the graphs? You are asking about the graphs, plots, or the graphic diagrams? For the graphs, I use Origin software, Origin Pro, and for the uh, mm, graphical diagrams, or the scientific diagrams, schematic and graphical abstract, these I usually use the Canva software. It is online, and it is here in China we can buy online from the Taobao. Taobao is an app like Draz we use in Pakistan. So we buy from the Taobao the Canva Pro, and we can use that. It have different kind of the animations and some other graphic things that we can add. And for for the 3D structures I use 3D Max, and I use Material Studio. I use the Diamond software for the crystal structures. So that softwares are necessary to learn for the scientific for the science student, especially for the materials. If you are from the biology related or biological sciences, you can use BioRender. 3 Star Laptop has asked that AOSR, I have a question that when we write research article introduction, do we discuss gaps, limitations? In previous, yes, we need to discuss that if I have already told you that in my paper I have used two kind of materials like semiconductors and polyoxomatolates. I have tell that the semiconductors have this problem and the polyoxomatolates have this problem, so we should discuss that limitations in the previous work. And what is the difference between discussion and literature introduction? Between discussion literature and introduction literature. Literature discussion, I have not seen anywhere. We do not need to discuss the literature published in our paper. We just give a brief introduction about the published paper. Muhammad Mursaleen, you can ask the question. You have raised the hand.
Ji, sir. Thank you. Sir, can you explain the research methodology for the social science?
What is your major? What
English
is your
literature.
literature?
Yes. Social science.
No, social sciences means sociology, social work, like this type, or the English literature.